Let's do this. The Cult of Hockey podcast by the faithful and for the faithful. I'm David Staples of the Edmonton Journal. I'm here today with Bruce Curdy. Welcome, Bruce.
Hey, David. How are you doing today?
I'm doing okay. We're having a little bit of, oh, my wife just turned on the bread machine there. We're having a little trouble, technical difficulties with Skype, so hopefully this will work out okay. Certainly worked out okay for the Oilers today, Bruce. That was a very enjoyable third period. I mean, the Oilers were absolutely throttled, stomped in the first period. They were lucky to come out of it. They were outchanced. I think it was 8-1 on grade A chances. But in the third period, they outchanced the Rangers 10-3 on grade A chances. They scored 3 goals. They are 5, and they are the best team in the NHL right now.
Well, they're tied with Carolina Hurricanes.
Are they at 5-0 too?
5-0, yeah. Carolina won their 5th last night.
Sweet.
Oilers matched them on Saturday morning. And, you know, all that myth about the Oilers being a terrible team in day games, they ran a stat by me today that kind of blew my socks off, even though I was kind of aware of it. Last year they played 8 road games in the afternoon, and they never lost any of them in regulation. 5 wins and then 3 Bettman points. So,
wow.
Yeah, that's what I said. And last year they won an early October game in Madison Square Garden. I think it was probably 52 weeks ago today. Saturday morning, similar thing, and they won that one 3-1. So.
Alrighty, we're doing our 2 good things, 2 bad things, and 2 numbers podcast, Bruce. What is your good thing on the day?
Well, I've been sort of chewing over a few things. A lot of things went right today, obviously. I'm going to single out Matt Benning because I really liked his game. I thought it was one of the best defensive games that I've ever seen from this guy. He had offensively just the one shot that he rang off the iron, but in his own end, he was a stalwart. He stopped plays, he blocked shots. He broke up plays entering the blue line. He won puck battles. He moved the puck out. According to the stat count, he had 3 hits, 2 takeaways, 2 block shots. And that doesn't count a lot of plays where he just won battles and moved the puck. I know there was one play in the third period where he kind of bounced an outlet play through the neutral zone, and the many Matt Benning haters out there will have jumped all over that play and probably not noticed the other ones, such as the rocket he took off his wrist in the first period when he took one for the team. But I liked his game a lot, and another +1 for Matt Benning. And on the third pairing, geez, a guy that can just sort of keep things quiet out there is what you want. So, well, he's my pick today.
I don't mind having one defenseman who struggles to move the puck a bit on the team, and he does, for completely honest. But he is a solid positional defender and a really hardworking defender. I don't have actually any problems with his defense at all. The interesting thing is when Larson comes back, what's going to happen? Because right now, the way Persson and Bear are playing, I don't see how you can take either of them out of the lineup. And it'll be between Larson and Benning. So to me, that's what it is. And you might, if Persson and Bear keep playing this way with Bouchard on the farm, it makes a very interesting trade position for the Oilers. So we'll see what happens there. I mean, it's too early to make any rash or hasty statements, as sometimes I am prone to making, but I won't make it today. So Bruce, my good thing was Leon, and Leon Draisaitl at even strength was in on 8 grade A scoring chances today.
Wow,
that's amazing. At even strength, and the that power play is going well too. The Oilers' power play looks so good right now. But Draisaitl, we just keep saying this game after game, he is dominant. He's playing great offensive hockey. It's hard to break up that line when it's playing so well. Although maybe one member might be demoted soon. But McDavid and Draisaitl are playing very well together. Draisaitl is absolutely dominant with the puck. He and McDavid are just ripping this league wide open right now. They continue to get the odd call from the referees, which is a welcome change. So it's all good, Bruce. This is if those guys remain healthy this year, we are going to be in for a treat, I think, game after game after game, especially because the support staff on the team, the support players seem to be a lot better. So could be fun.
Well, yeah, I mean, in large part because of the team effort, it was 1-1 with 10 minutes to go in the third period, and that's when the game breakers stepped up and broke the game. Right? McDavid from Draisaitl from McDavid, Draisaitl into the empty net, 4-1, and they're cruising home with 2 more points.
So, Bruce, of the 8 grade A chances that Draisaitl had, 6 of them were shots. Six of them were shots. So, man, he's become, if maybe the elite gunner in the NHL, him and Ovechkin. It's between those two guys. So, pretty good. All right, what's your bad thing, Bruce?
My bad thing is Zach Kassian's stick. I thought his body played an okay game. His head was kind of in between. Like he made a couple of pretty funky decisions, but anytime his stick got involved in the play, there was trouble. And he shot the puck 6 times and he missed the net with 5 of them. He had 4 giveaways in the game, tied for the team high, and yet he led the team with 4 hits. And I thought largely he was a positive influence, but he was at the most positive when the other guys had the puck, and he was just sort of doing the dirty work, including on the 3-1 goal where he jammed. I actually thought it was his goal where he jammed away at it.
Yeah, I think that was.
And Lundqvist couldn't squeeze the pads together, and I don't think if Cassian's not there, I don't think that puck gets through Lundqvist. So I mean,
completely agree.
Credit where due. But it was a very strange game for him. I mean, he had a breakaway where he decided to make a kind of a wimpy pass off to Draisaitl. It was a kind of a poor decision. He had a goaltender interference penalty that was kind of questionable. But if they'd have challenged and lost the challenge, they would have been 2 men short for 2 minutes, and they were already down a goal at that time. So he was kind of tough luck schleprock in some ways, but like he didn't stink in the game, but he had anytime his stick stunk. That's all I'll say.
I'm gonna say that the stick is connected to the hand bone, and the hand bone is directed by the brain.
Okay.
So it was his decision making, and I noticed it. The obvious play that everyone's going to talk about is the breakaway that he made the wrong decision on, right? Obviously, he was deferring to Draisaitl. But strangely, earlier in the game, there was 2 or 3 times when he held he held the puck too long. He had a chance to move it to McDavid or Draisaitl, and he just held it that extra second instead of getting it over there to them. So it wasn't just holding it too long. There was a number of the puck that I thought were for the first time this year, he just seemed to be not totally functioning on that line, not up to speed with the other players on that line. Nonetheless, he puck protects well, he wins pucks, he's tough. Like, it's to say he's not working on that line is absolutely incorrect. He is working on that line. He's working very well on that line. So where are we now? It's my bad thing. I think I forgot what my bad thing was. All of a sudden, I was just riffing on Kassian now. Let's go to your number, Bruce. I'll have to return to my bad thing.
Wasn't the start of the game, was it?
It was gonna be that, but then I think I changed it up. Go ahead. Okay. What's your number?
Okay, here's my number. My number is 39 minutes and 58 seconds, and my other number is 10-0. That is the combined total time that Edmonton Oilers have trailed in hockey games this year. They've trailed in every game. They are the first team in NHL history to go 5-0 with 5 comeback wins. And not only have they trailed by 1 goal at least once in every game, they fell behind multiple times against the Kings and Devils, fought back to win those games. And you know what? 10 times they've fallen behind by a goal, and all 10 times they tied it up at a total elapsed time of 39 minutes and 58 seconds. In other words, all those deficits combined were basically 2 periods of hockey, at the end of which the Oilers scored each time for a 10-0 margin. I mean, it's impossible, right? It's not beating the odds. It's something altogether above and beyond that. Everything is going right for the Oilers right now, and they fall behind. They find a way to even the score, and they find a way to do it fast.
My bad thing, Bruce. I'll just make one up on the fly, but because it did bother me. I don't know why Patrick Russell came out of the lineup. Honestly,
Mm-hmm.
that line was going great guns for 2 games in a row with him on that line.
Mm-hmm.
They put Archibald in there, and as was pointed out by
Oh,
both Drew Remenda on TV and Rob Brown on the radio, he
and
made
me in
an
the game
atrocious.
grades.
Yeah, and he didn't. He was okay on that line, but that line was really in sync. It was really going, and I don't know why. You're winning games. Why do you take out Patrick Russell from that line? So that's my bad thing, was that decision from the coach, and then the follow up. I didn't think Archibald was. Other than that play, he was fine. He had some okay plays, but I didn't understand that, and of course, Clefbaum didn't look too good on that goal against either. Um, Bruce, my number is 12, and that's the number of saves that Mike Smith made on grade A scoring chances. He let in one goal. He had 13 grade A chances against. He let in one goal. That is, by any standard, that's a superlative goaltending performance. And he made a number of fantastic saves. He looks so good in the net. He moves the puck well. I mean, it looks like the Oilers have a number one goalie right now in Smith. I mean, I just don't. Koskinen's playing well, but Smith, that game and the first game that he played against Vancouver, like those are. He's kind of stealing games, because the Rangers had those 8 grade A scoring chances in the first. They were kind of unlucky, I think, on a certain level not to score more, but it was also Smith. And then
They,
in the third, he made a couple huge saves. So that man is playing net. Like,
well,
for a 37-year-old, that's astonishing.
the post made 2 of those saves in the first period,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. He got.
he was very, very strong. I graded him an 8 for this game. I thought he really was a big part of the win. You look at it and you say, well, 4-1, they were in control, and they were down the stretch. But for large portions before the stretch, they definitely weren't. Especially that big penalty kill, 2 men short in the early going. Smith stood up with some big stops in that stretch, and he had a few first rate. I thought he tracked the puck really well, and scrambled across the crease, and got in the line of fire. Like in the third, he made a terrific save off a rebound off of, I think it was Elias Anderson, where the first shot, like, it was hard to control the rebound, but then he got over, and it looked like, I thought the guy was just going to slam it into the open side, but by the time he let it go, Smith was already there. And his puck handling in this game was not really a factor. He didn't really do much with the puck, but he'd stop it, and that's the main thing that the goalie is supposed to do, right? So very fine, very
Yes,
happy with his performance.
4 or 5 little passes. It's interesting, Bruce. We've seen some interesting teams, some good teams. And the Islanders, Rangers, and Devils are all kind of constructed in the same way. And it's the same way that the Oilers are now constructed, with puck moving defense and skilled forwards. The NHL really has gone whole hog for fast, skilled hockey.
Hmm.
And of course, it's exciting, extra exciting for the Oilers, because they've bought into it finally. And Shirley, after his huge career-threatening mistake of going for heavy hockey when the NHL with its rules and every other team was going in a different direction, or many other teams are going in a different direction. I mean, he was correcting course already, but Holland certainly accelerated that and pushed it this summer. But these games are, of course, again, they have the glow of it for an Oilers fan of the Oilers victory hanging over it, but they are fun games to watch, because they're up and down games, lots of skill plays, lots of passing, and hope to see more of it.
And another sweet center breakout pass from Ethan Bear on the 3-1 goal, eh? Right up the middle and gone. They were gone up the ice, and they wound up popping her home on the. He got an assist this time, and he's earned one by now with some of his excellent puck handling and passing.
Do you think? I think that Playfair and Tippett are telling them the first pass you look for is the middle pass. You look there first. If it's not there, then you go to the boards or you go side to
Maybe.
side. But I think that's option one. That's plan A. Plan A is to move that puck as fast as you can up the middle of the ice. Just explode up the middle of the ice with it. But if it's not there, and if you have any doubt, like if there's a doubt about it, if you feel doubt, don't do it then. But if you see it, that's what you look for first, and you do it, because that's what we're seeing. And I don't think you can like just do that unless that's your option A, like that kind of pass. You got to be looking for it. You got to be thinking of it. It has to be kind of a team commitment to make it. And we certainly didn't have that under Todd McClellan or Ken Hitchcock. That wasn't their style of hockey. It was up the boards, up the boards, up the boards. And um, certainly a welcome change. And so far has been, I think, other than a couple bad preseason moments, it's been really effective.
Well, it's been so far so good with head coach Dave Tippett. Like, there's not much to complain about when you're 5-0, but I mean, he's got the team doing some good things, and like I say, I think some things are they're just on a hot roll in some ways. But people were saying after the last game, well, they look like a team at the end of a winning streak, and yet today they came out and they won going away, and you know, why? When's the last time any Edmonton Oilers team went into the Greater New York and came away with 6 points?
I had a better feeling actually about today's game, Bruce, than I did
Mm-hmm.
about. I thought the guaranteed win night was guaranteed. Excuse me, loss night was against New Jersey
So did I.
because as a desperate team, I
Yeah.
thought and they almost lost it. Right, that was in some ways this was a much better performance today, except for the first period. I mean, other than that, the Oilers were the better team for 2 out of the 3 periods, and the dominant team by far in the third period. So I had a good feeling, kind of heading into the game. I thought they would likely win this game. Good to see they did. So what's the next game? Is it Chicago?
Yeah, Monday night in Chicago.
All right.
And they continue to play even numbered dates for the foreseeables. Day on, day off, day on, day off. So it's a nice rhythm. And the rhythm broke a little bit today with the day game versus everything else being night games. But hey, it's now they get a little extra rest while they fly west, and they're set up mighty well.
So you're doing the game grades today?
I am. I'm well along, and got some cleanup to do. And actually, I mean, I've got lots of comments done. I actually have the grades to add, but it's close.
All righty. We'll leave it there then. Thanks for talking today, Bruce.
Thanks for listening, everyone.
And in the meantime, and in between times, this has been another edition of the Cult of Hockey podcast.